Hello, friends. Today we're going to be talking about line. Line is an element of art, and an element of art are the tools that artists use to communicate different ideas. So here we can see some of the different types of line. We have straight lines, like horizontal lines, or verticals, or diagonals, zigzag, castle steps, those sorts of ones. We also have curved lines, arches, spirals, wavy lines, bouncy lines, all sorts of different kinds of lines. And you can use those lines together to make pictures and to make sculptures in order to tell different stories or tell your ideas. Some artists use those lines in order to make abstract art. And we've talked before that abstract art is a way that an artist doesn't show something realistic, shows something real, but uses the elements of art in order to show different kinds of ideas. So this is a painting by a man named Kandinsky. And one of the things that Kandinsky liked to do is he loved to listen to music and paint the things, the ideas that he would have. And so we see all sorts of different lines in here. I see that there are diagonal lines in this painting. We see vertical lines. We see horizontal lines. We see wavy lines and bumpy lines, all sorts of different lines to kind of show our ideas. I want you to look at the painting, and then I want you to think about, what do you think Kandinsky was trying to tell you with this painting? All right, let's look at another picture. Artists don't only use lines to show abstract ideas. Sometimes they show things that are more representational. Representational means something that you can see and recognize it represents it. This is a very simple line drawing. It's by an artist whose name was Pablo Picasso. He's a very famous artist. And you can see that he used very simple lines. We have vertical lines and curved lines and diagonal lines here. And all of these lines here show a woman's face and a bird, a dove, together. And it's very simple, but with just a couple of lines, it has very clearly showed us an idea. This is a different idea. This is a painting by an artist whose name was Degas. And Degas liked to paint and draw dancers. He was friends with lots of different ballet dancers. And in this one, we could see different kinds of line help us to see this dancer. I see that he has a diagonal line to show the line of her leg pointing up, but there's two diagonal lines here to show how she's against this wall. And I see that right here he used a little vertical line. These diagonal lines here create some darkness or the space away from the dancer. Well, this vertical line is nice and dark, and it's the one that the dancer is standing on top of. These diagonal lines here show movement, and so sometimes artists use lines to show movement as well. Now, artists don't only use lines in order to show lines in 2D work, like paintings or drawings, but they also use it in 3D work too. This is a sculpture. It's by a man named Alexander Calder, and he used different wires in order to create a whole circus. What part of the circus do you think this is? Yep, that's right. These are the trapeze artists. And these were pieces that would hang. And you could see that he used metal wire and twisted it into different lines to show this time when this trapeze artist was jumping off this trapeze and to be caught by this one. So artists use lines in lots of different ways. This week, we're going to do something a little different than how we've done it last week. I'm going to give you three options, three choices, and you are going to pick one of them that you want to do. All three projects will involve line, but you get to decide this week whether you want to make a sculpture out of lines, or you want to do a drawing with lines, or you want to use objects around your house to make lines. And so down below, there will be three different ideas, three different projects, and I want you to pick one of them, make some art, and then take a picture of it and send it to me. I can't wait to see what you make.